Local and foreign triathletes are coming together for the first ever full-length Ironman race in the Philippines. The race will take place on June 3rd. That's this weekend in Subic. And joining us right now to tell us more about the race, our Century Tuna Chief Operating Officer and triathlete, Mr. Greg Banzon, and triathlete, Mr. Marvin Campanella. Welcome to Sports Desk, and thank you for coming by so early. Hi, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again, Sir Marvin. I'll start with Sir Greg. Exciting times for triathletes.
Yep.
This is the first ever full-length Ironman to be held in Subic in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Finally. Diba yun yung sinasabi nyo? Tell us more about this.
Well, you know, the triathlon scene has been growing over the last 10 years. Started out with very small races and progressed to standard Olympic distance. And finally, the half Ironman that's been going on for 10 years. But we saw that there was like a clamor for the full distance, but it's not easy to stage it. Most of our local triathletes have to travel abroad to compete in a full. And you're not really a full, I mean, you know, your triathlon journey and career is not complete until you've finished a full. So after many years of planning and thinking about it and figuring out how to pull it off, finally we're bringing the full Ironman here with the help of Sunrise, our event organizer.
Galing eh, no? At least finally, eto na. Marvin, how excited is happening this weekend already? How excited are you to participate?
Do you want the truth?
Yes, I do.
I am so nervous, but really excited at the same time. For being a triathlete, you know, it's the training for it is 8 months, 10 months to a year. So imagine training every single day, almost every single day, all the way up to June 3, this coming weekend. It's finally here, and you know, I mean, speaking on behalf of other triathletes, we're really excited to participate this weekend.
Take us through how you guys train for this. Is it somewhat, I'm assuming, more like different, more challenging to prepare for a full-length triathlon race?
Yeah, it's really about specificity. So you have to prepare and simulate more or less the conditions of the race. So as we know, June 3rd, we've been tracking I've looked at the average temperature over the last 10 years. It's somewhere north of about 35 to 38 degrees. That's going to be a hot race. So you train a lot under the sun. Typically, an athlete would, or people would try to avoid the sun, but in this case, you have to go through the full distance in different, I guess, components. You swim the 4 kilometers, you bike 180 or so, and then you have to do the 42K run, but not all at the same time. You do it in stages, or you break it up and put it all, mix it up and put it all together.
Marvin, how about you? Did you do something different to your training regimen for this?
Well, like Sir Greg mentioned earlier, I've been doing sprint and Olympic. But then when finally the news floated around last year that there was going to be a full Ironman, it's like, okay, my coach, our team, we needed to step up. So like Sir Greg said, it's very structured. I mean, there's hardly a day off. There's hardly a day except for the holidays. And even on holidays, you try to get a 5K in or 2K swim in or a bike, you know. So it's like, you know, it's very structured. It's Monday to Tuesday. You do core stability run, Wednesday swim, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday you bike. It's crazy, but you know, you gotta get up early. I mean, the weather is getting really, you know, intense, and that's what we're all building up to. It's to be able to endure and withstand the heat come race day. And you know, it's you hardly hear it, but I heard a teammate say to me, "Oh, take advantage of the sun while it's there." And it's like 11 o'clock. I said, what is she talking about? You know, so it's going to make you stronger eventually come race day.
You know, just listening to what you guys have to, like Marvin, napapagod na ako eh. How many participants? Earlier, I did ask you this. This is going to be really huge, but how many are we expecting estimatedly?
No, we've actually cut it down. More people wanted to join, but because of the intensity of this race, it's not your typical 70.3. We had to put a qualifier so that we could screen out those who are joining it maybe on a whim, or maybe dala lang ng lakas ng loob, they're going to do the race. We put a qualifier out that you need to have had completed a 70.3 over the last 2 years. And that kind of whittled down the count. So a typical 70.3 would have about 2,000. This race will have 1,300, about 850 or 900 or so from the Philippines, and the rest would be an international cast. I think we're about 49 countries or so are represented in this race.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we expecting big names to participate in this race?
The pros will be here, and the legends, the triathlon legends. So, of course, Craig Alexander, three-time Ironman world champion, will be here. But really more to give like tips and advice on how to survive this race. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend. And you know, the bravest of the brave, the toughest of the tough, of the 950 or so Filipino triathletes will test their endurance in this race.
For those aspiring triathletes, Marvin, what do you want to tell them? Like, you know, an advice for them who want to try out triathlon?
It's a very dynamic sport. I mean, triathlete, just hearing it, even if you're not a triathlete, you say triathlon, you say Ironman, you know, everybody gets a little nervous, right? Why? Because the distance isn't a joke, especially a full Ironman. So for those who want to join, just go through the process of getting a good coach, joining a good team, one that'll support you. I mean, I've stuck with mine since like 4 years in running, you know, and they've been with me through every single race. And for a beginner, I think that's very essential, very crucial for anybody who wants to do triathlon seriously. I mean, like Sir Greg said, you can't just go enter a 70.3 or a full Ironman. You need training at least 8 months to a year. So go ahead, take that leap.
Yeah.
I'm just warning you, it's just really addicting. That's how I first started. I said, okay, I'm just going to do one. I'm just going to do it a sprint, and then I finish okay, let's do an Olympic. Let's do a half, and then, you know, eventually you get to the full, which is the holy grail.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, is it safe to say that we can have this now annually every year? You'll be staging this full-length Ironman here in the country, sir?
No, it took 10 years to stage the first.
Yeah, I know. So it means mag-aantay po ulit ng 10 years for another one?
Truth be told, there have been times, or we've actually looked at this many years back, and each time we decided to chicken out. And this whole process started when we did 51, the standard, the Olympic distance first, try it out for 3 years, and then Century Tuna was behind 70.3 alongside other brands for 3 years, learning and understanding the dynamics and seeing do we know enough about organizing a complex race to stage a full. So we've committed to one. It's a very expensive race to stage, and yeah, for now we're committed to staging the one and only first and only full distance Ironman here in the Philippines. But we're very proud that it's finally here. Just on the technical side and on the safety side, we've looked at every meter or kilometer of this distance and checked out what are the potential risks that athletes will go through, and put mitigating elements to make sure that our athletes will be safe. So safety is paramount, and then more importantly that it's a course that our triathletes will enjoy, both domestic and international athletes will enjoy. So yeah, there's a lot of work put into it, so we can't say that we'll go beyond one, but of course that's everyone's ambition.
That's right. That's the ideal situation, to have it again next year and then yearly. Sir, thank you again for coming on the show. And Marvin, we just had Century Tuna Chief Operating Officer and triathlete Mr. Greg Banzon and triathlete Mr. Marvin Campanella to talk about the first full-length Ironman race here in the Philippines.